Hello everyone, this is Walking Problem. Um, Hi. Yeah, okay, so this article 2 days ago, I wanted to do the video, but I was so busy with work. So is it is back to M Ravi again. And I made my point about him that he is someone that he is always taking the opportunity to take up cases that he can take pot shots at the system, at the Singapore government. And that he's not really a very trustable lah. You when you have someone that is actually taking up cases just so that they can show that Singapore system is broken. And here we have it again. This is another case. This is actually rather serious. Let me go through this if you haven't read this article. So the bus drivers fire M Ravi for the lawsuit against SBS Transit. So it's a bus drivers suing SBS Transit, but they fire their lawyer M Ravi after his embarrassing behavior at trial. So let's go through quickly what actually happened. So they have a group photo. This is what M Ravi like. He like to be seen as a champion of the downtrodden and the victims. He wants to be that. This is the image. This is exactly the image that he wants to be the champion, to be the knight in the shining armor, to come and save all the oppressed people of Singapore. So Channel News Asia reported. Okay, so I think don't do the summary. It's very confusing if you go to do the summary. So let's go to the first day of trial. So there's a lawsuit between the bus drivers and the operator, who was SBS Transit, about working hours and overtime pay. So the first day of the trial was 22. So that was like just 3 days ago. So Chua is who? Chua is Chua Kwok Ming. Is a former bus driver. So he's like the key representative. Who started this lawsuit. So he have a lawsuit, and 12 other drivers are linked to the case. So he's the leader of this 13 drivers that is suing. So they say that SBS Transit did not give him a rest day at every week, and he's also underpaid for his overtime work. So the controversy erupted. So the problem erupted. Wait, I drink water. So the controversy erupted during the court proceeding, which was held by video. So because of COVID-19, so a lot of the court cases are now done through Zoom. So it's not really in person. So it's by Zoom. So M Ravi, accused of the High Court judge Audrey Lim, is being biased and demanded that he disqualify herself from the hearing. Not sure since when lawyer is bigger than the judge lah. But so what happened is that Ravi and Davinder Singh, so actually they are a tag team representing SBS. Davinder Singh representing SBS Transit. So these two are given time to discuss issues related to a particular witness. So Davinder Singh actually represents SBS Transit. I say. So then Ravi told Singh, "Don't be a clown, just email," and say he wanted to visit the toilet. So when Lim returned to the video call, which is the judge, Davinder Singh informed her that Ravi called him a clown, and they were unable to discuss the issue. Not sure what kind of issue that the two lawyers can just discuss with each other only. So M Ravi denied this and asked the judge if she was interrogating him. So Ravi also accused Singh of preventing him to answer the nature's call. I think is Davinder Singh want to talk to Ravi, but then Ravi don't want to listen and he tell him just email lah. So Chua, which is the SBS driver, the leader, he was at the Ravi's office and then appeared on the video call to give testimony. But Ravi disappeared from the call and then loud voices could be heard. Then Davinder Singh, which is the lawyer for the SBS Transit, explained that he has sent a colleague to Ravi's office to sit in while Chua testified. And then he had written to Ravi about this, and Ravi did not agree. So the colleague was asked to leave, and Ravi said a police report will be made against him. So Ravi said the presence of Singh's colleague was shocking and the breach of privileged information due to the documents laid out in the room. And Lim, which is the judge, said that Singh's colleague is present to ensure that Chua would give evidence without notes. And this has been done before without objection. So SBS Transit's lawyer sent a colleague to ensure that when the bus driver testified, right, when he talked to the video, talking to the judge, he don't have notes. Because if he have notes, then he can just read from the script, you see, and then that means he's not speaking on his own. So that is not a very, how to put it, that's not fair lah. That's not justice. No, that's not the proper way to do things. So Ravi also could have a colleague sit in at Singh's office when the SBS Transit witnesses are testifying. So the judge gave Ravi two choices. You either have Davinder Singh's colleague in the room, that means SBS Transit's lawyer colleague in the room behind Chua, so that the lawyer could not see the documents, or set up the camera in such a way that no one else is in the room with the bus driver. So essentially, the judge just want Ravi to do it in a way that the bus driver will speak without influence. No one can influence him. And then, M Ravi, then he said her direction was wrong. And then he want the judge to disqualify herself. So you are biased because you asked Mr. Singh's lawyer to come to my office. So of course the judge would ignore him lah. And then he said he will file a notice of appeal. Then Ravi then interrupted the judge, asking the Mandarin interpreter to explain the situation to Chua. And the judge asked him not to interrupt. So Ravi interrupted the judge to ask the Mandarin interpreter to translate to the bus driver what's happening. And then the judge tell him don't interrupt. So Ravi very pissed off. He said, "You're not above me." Then after that, the judge say, "I'm aware we are all human beings." So Ravi told the judge he is discharging himself. That means he's quitting. Okay, he's quitting. He said, the bus driver doesn't trust any other lawyers in Singapore. I'm not participating in this proceeding. You can pass whatever judgment you want. I'm retiring soon. I repeat again. M Ravi said that the bus driver do not trust any other lawyers. That means he will not get any other lawyers. And M Ravi himself do not want to participate in the court case anymore. So he tell the judge to pass the judgment any way she wants. And then he going to disappear. Then, so the judge gave Ravi some time to speak to Chua, the bus driver. And then on the resumption of hearing, M Ravi say, "I would like to discharge ourselves from this case. My client said he doesn't have faith in the system." So M Ravi say that they're going to quit this case, and that the driver have no faith in the system. Then he said the proceeding is irreversibly tainted, and then there is a breach of the right to have a fair trial. Then the judge say that she will read the written submission relating to Ravi's application to discharge himself over the weekend. Then somehow Ravi said that he's bipolar and handling many cases. I don't know why got this kind of thing. But yes, M Ravi is really handling a lot of cases. Like, how can a lawyer be can cover so much grounds? I don't know if this is normal because I do not know how the lawyers work. Seems like he's taking up a lot of cases lately. Then, so according to Straits Time, so the judge asked the bus driver if he's withdrawing his case. Then M Ravi replied, he's withdrawing not in terms of a normal withdrawal. He does not want to participate in any more of these unlawful proceedings. So then he added that he will ask Dr. Mahathir for help. So because the drivers are mostly Malaysians. So after that, the bus driver refuted M Ravi's claim that he do not want to participate in the proceedings. So the bus driver say there is no truth whatsoever to M Ravi's allegations, which he made yesterday, that we have no faith in the Singapore judicial system, that we do not intend to proceed with the case. We have every intention to proceed with the litigation, and we shall now look for a competent lawyer to represent us in the proceeding. He also say there's no justification or excuse for Ravi to call Singh a clown. Then the bus driver also say they have paid M Ravi more than $55,000, and this is raised through a donation from the public. Then he added that what he displayed yesterday was a total shock, and who put our trust in him. He let us down badly and hurt our case immeasurably. And then he and other drivers do not condone his behavior. I think that's all for the article. So what happened? M Ravi took more than $55,000 in legal fee, and he did not deliver. He just quit the entire case. He quit the entire case without doing the job. He just quit, and then he just take this as an opportunity to do a pot shot at the judge, at the justice system, and he just quit. And he put words in the mouth of the bus drivers and say, "Oh, we don't want this lawsuit already. I think you are a not fair judge," and then he just quit. This essentially is, in my opinion, it looks almost like a scam. Almost, but it's not. Don't sue me. But it looks almost like a scam. He took the money. He first day already quit the case. Maybe because he got a lot of case on his hands, and he got bipolar, like he said. So he a lot of things on his hands, so he no time to handle this case. So quickly and better take money already, right? So this is ridiculous. And the bus drivers, these bus drivers are painfully painfully, you know the word lah. I cannot, the word just don't come to my mind, man. So this is what I mean by, you really, whenever you have this kind of people, this kind of activist type, this kind of anti-government type, especially for M Ravi, where he always appear and take up cases that will give him airtime in the newspaper one, he will appear. And I think this is a really disappointing thing lah. Especially for these drivers, they're just trying to get justice against SBS Transit. Maybe yes, maybe no. I don't know whether their case is real, or if there's a misunderstanding. They just want to be paid for their work more fairly, perhaps, and have some rest day, and not be bullied by the SBS Transit. And then this knight in shining armor, just throw away his sword and walk off at the first fight. Making up reasons and excuses, because maybe he is actually really setting up some ploy, by allowing the drivers to read some script or something. I don't know. Maybe that's why he is so against having the opposition lawyers to be able to be in the office to ensure that the court case is being proceeded in a fair and just way, and not him dancing and um no, maybe even carry big posters, of telling him what to say. This is against the sanctity of the justice or the court system. So yeah, I hope this is the last time I will be covering this lawyer lah. I think this is a really disappointing read. When I first read this, I was like, what the hell, man? So that's why I left this link open for these 3 days, these 2-3 days, so that I can cover this video, because I was so busy. So yeah, so please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.